Hi, thanks for joining me again. This is Lizzie, and I'm just showing you this morning a real-time video demo of how to use these cut, fold, and tuck metal dies from Spellbinders. This is what they look like. They come in many different shapes and designs. I like to store them on my magnetic sheet, which is 12 by 12 inches, and this is not the best example, but these are what the packaging looks like. I keep it at the back for reference. All right, so so you see what the finished cards look like. This is one particular one. The papers are from Graphic 45, and they are double-sided papers. For example, this is a different design paper from Graphic 45, and you can see on the other side it's a distinct color. So when you actually fold it over, you see the contrast, and that's very important in your choice of cardstocks to feature the design nicely. So in this situation, I've used this particular one and another card that's been made with the same paper but a different background. This one is brown and this one is blue. You will see how it shows itself off differently. Okay, this was another one, and you can see the differences also. All right, and this is just a different paper altogether. This is a close to my heart range paper, and assembled differently, decorated differently. I wanted the blue to stand out more, so I used plain colors behind. I could have run the red through an embossing folder. That would have brought out another design element. Okay, so basically what you do is you you measure your metal die and work out how much space you need. This here is 4.5 inches square. All right, so I've cut it out. I've adhered on the die to the actual paper using tape. I think it's called Scotch Magic tape, but you can use anything, masking tape, washi tape, whatever. And then taking it to your Cuttlebug or your Big Shot, winding it through, and I normally wind it through maybe 4 to 6 times just to make sure that the design gets cut through properly. Then bring it back to your table, and then make sure before you peel off the paper that everything has been cut accurately. If not, take it back, put a few shims, wind it through again. Okay, so peel off the tape. Right. Keep the outside part because you can use that to put your design on later. All right, so then I like to use my fingernails only because I have it, but just push out your paper. As you can see, it's coming out on the other side also. Or you can use tweezers, and there are little holes in the actual metal die that enables you to poke it out gently. I must say it's not the speediest thing to do, but a little bit of care and a little bit of patience goes a long way. Don't know if you can see this. All right. So Just having a look to make sure everything's cut nicely. Yep, okay, everything looks good. All right, so don't know if you can see clearly there. It's just a matter of folding over and tucking it under. Fold over, tuck under. It's winter in Australia right now. My fingers are freezing. That's why they're not working very well. So it's actually very easy to do once you know how. And I find the most important thing is to have a good choice of colors for cardstock or backing or layers or whatever. And depending on what you put behind it is depending how good it looks. You know, how good it presents. There you go. Didn't take no time at all. All right. So with that, now you can see that. All right. The center bits, I like to fold them just directly inwards. And many friends who've seen me do this in real life have actually marveled that all the folds, when they tuck into each other, there's actually no glue involved at all to hold the folds down. Okay. Right, so now I'm coming to the end here. I have to just slightly lift up the first fold to tuck the last folds under. Can you see that? There you go, all tucked under. Right, so that's that done, completed. So that's the underside, and this is the front. Okay, so eventually what I want to do is marry it up against the backing, but not putting it directly. This is not the best way to show this to you. Maybe that's better. Okay, so I want to marry it up against the points so it shows off the design more, because if you put it that way, it's just, you know, flat on, right? So that just adds a little bit of interest. All right, so to stick it on, I want to use double-sided foam tape. I've got a roll here, so I'm going to do this real time. I was contemplating pre-cutting everything and all that, but then I thought some of you actually want to see how it's all done and don't believe me when I say it's quite fast to apply. So and then another comment I get from on the internet is, how do you do your crafts with such long fingernails? And believe me, after a while it just comes as second nature. I use tweezers a lot due to my fingernails. You don't have to, but you know, I find it helps. All right, the scissors that I'm using here, for those of you who notice it, these are Fiskars scissors, and they are always pushed out by the springs, and you actually squeeze to make it work. These scissors are recognized by the Australian Arthritis Foundation. I have arthritis in my shoulders, so I always, anything to make my crafting experience a little bit more smoother, I'm all for it. And these scissors come for both paper, multimedia, and sewing purposes. Fiskars is a international USA company, and extremely good for for any tools that they make. They even make cutting tools for the gardening industry. And their signature colors is this orange and gray. I've been using these scissors for years. All right, so there's all the little snips for the double-sided foam tape. Didn't take long. And all I have to do now, this is where nails come handy, but if not, use tweezers and just peel off all the protective brown bits. I find this style of metal die very suitable for myself because it's so fast to be, it's so fast to create things with it, and it looks so difficult, and the wow factor is amazing, and I just enjoy using it. Nothing like minimal effort for maximum wow, you know? Sit down. All right, that's one stubborn one. Come on. Don't be like that. Okay, there you go. So there's the items all done. And let me work out what I'm going to use. All right, so I like to use PVA glue. This is the glue that they use in the woodworking industry. You can buy it at any hardware store all over the world. So I like to adhere paper down with it. Okay, you can see I've used this as a guide, so as close as possible there, and then trim off the other two sides. This is also a Fiskars brand paper trimmer, as you can tell from the orange. Right, no, that needs a little bit more trimming there. And you can trim it very accurately using these trimmers, especially if you have issues getting it exactly right. Okay. Right, so the card that I'm going to be using is this one here. It's comes already pre-cut. Right, so I'm going to just give this a little bit of detail using a EK Success punch. It's a corner punch. Okay, and then glue at the back. And then adhere it down like so. And then this. There's a bit of red here, so I'm going to try and keep that on the top right corner because it catches the eye. There it is, done in real time. Hope you enjoyed the little demo, and I'll catch you another time. Bye.